and welcome to Mrs. Brookover's Art Channel. Today we are going to continue working on origami projects. Our project of the day is to make an origami hopping frog. Yes, it actually jumps, so that should be fun, give you something to do while you're at home. I miss you guys so much. In our video last week, I really stressed the importance of having accurate fold lines. That still applies to our project today. Take your time, make sure that your work is neat. You can feel free to pause, rewind, go back anytime and re-watch. And you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. I will be inserting photos throughout to show dotted fold lines to help you out with the directions. As always, do your very best and have fun! If you do not have a square sheet of paper, please refer to my Swan tutorial from last week. That will go through all of the steps for how to square your paper. Remember, before you begin, your paper needs to be a square, meaning that all four sides are the same length. Your paper in your pickup packet for the week will already be a square, so you are all set. For step one of our jumping frog, we are going to fold our paper in half from the bottom to the top, lining up my corners. You want to make sure both corners are lined up, and then crease down. Remember last week I talked about using your fingernail to make a nice sharp crease. This is going to be a guide fold to help us line up some other parts of our project. I'm going to unfold that and fold in half the other way. So I'm going to again line up my corners, press down to fold, and then use my fingernail to crease. So far, if you've done this correctly, when you open your paper, you should see an addition symbol for small squares in your larger square. For step two, you are going to close the fold that you just made, and this is going to stay folded shut for the rest of our steps. For step two, we're going to use only these top two corners, and I have my opening on the right. It really doesn't matter if yours is on the right or left, either way, but if you'd like to be consistent, I do have my paper opening on the right. For step two, I'm going to fold down this corner, kind of like the squaring process of your paper, but I'm only going to fold down to this fold line that we made in step one. So I'm folding down until I make a triangle only on the top half. So I have a square down here that I have not folded, and then at the top half I've folded a triangle across. I'm going to unfold that and do the same the other way. So taking this corner, folding down so this edge lines up with your fold line. Press flat and crease with your nail. So again, I have a triangle and a square at the bottom. And unfold again. For step four, I'm going to fold down both corners until they meet that fold line. So this will make a rectangle at the top, but I still have not added any more folds to the bottom part of my project. This part gets a little tricky because at this point we need to fold these corners in and down. So I'm going to show that. Keeping these two flaps together, I'm going to fold this corner inside out on both sides. I'll fold this corner, tucking it in and down. So that will create a triangle, at the top of your project with a square underneath. Right now I have a pentagon. Quick review, pentagons have 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 angles, and 5 vertices. So this is a pentagon. If I were to look at how it's folded, it almost makes an X on the inside, and I'll show all those steps again. From step 4, you're going to fold both corners in and down. That's the trickiest part, I promise. From there, that was step 5. Step 6 is to make your frog's feet. So we have these 2 little flaps in the front now. I'm going to fold each one up. And this doesn't have to be very precise at this part. You just want the feet sticking out slightly in the front. That way your frog will stand up off of the table so that it will hop. So I've folded up both sides relatively close to the same. Next, we are going to fold in these sides. We still haven't done anything with the bottom part, but we are now. And I'm going to fold both sides in almost like a book. They'll meet in the middle. I am going to, you can kind of pull the frog's leg out of the way to help you and use that fold as a guide. I'm going to fold this whole edge into the middle. So what I've done is I lined up the edge of my paper with the edge, my fold line up here. I've lined up the edge of my paper with my fold line because that's about in the center. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Going under your frog's leg, fold into the center. And then press flat. Now at this point the paper is going to start getting pretty thick. The more you press down, the better it will stay. Just don't go too crazy with your fingernail because you can rip your paper. Just enough that it'll stay is perfect. Step 8, I'm going to fold my bottom part of my paper until the bottom edge meets my froggy's nose all the way up to the top. Press down and crease. And last of all, we're almost there, everybody. I'm going to fold that same edge the opposite direction down to, this is now my bottom edge. Down. And there we have it. From there, if you press down, your frog will hop, it might flip, and give you a fun new toy. Thank you everybody for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Don't forget to submit a picture of your finished project to your art teacher over our email or your classroom teacher. We cannot wait to see what you all create this week.